With hunting season coming up, I'm getting my stuff around, and I thought I would just go over what I've been using for handwear. You know, if you can keep your fingers and toes warm, then it's real easy to keep the rest warm as well. So what I found is military surplus ECW, extreme cold weather gloves. Let's see here if we can get some info on these off the tag. Not really. But I've seen these in Sportsman's Guide, and I got them from the Army Surplus that I go to. And they're very large. They have this liner that's it's like a Whoopie, honestly. It unsnaps, so you can take it out and wash things separately if you want. They're absolutely ginormous. They come way up the arm. I tried one of those little tubes, you know, that you wear and you put your hands in. I figured maybe if I could do that, I could put a hand warmer inside that and keep my hands tucked in. Then if I needed them, if I, saw some game come in or whatever, I could slide my hands out. The problem is with those tubes, you have to strap them around your waist. And I didn't want to do that because then you're constricting your insulation and it just makes it a nightmare. With these had these little loops tied into them. And I had just put a piece of paracord on. And so the paracord goes around my neck and these gloves dangle at my sides while I'm walking. So when I'm walking in to my blind or whatever, I just have them sitting there. And what I'll do is before I get out there, I'll just take one of those little disposable hand warmers, toss it down inside, and let it rest down there. Then when I get in place and everything, these are sitting pretty much right on my lap, and I can just slide my hands right in, and they stay absolutely toasty. It's fantastic. They have these straps where you can cinch these down if you want, but I've never done that because I have a coat. My hunting coat comes down and has pretty good sized cuff and everything. And the great thing about these is your coat, cuff, and everything slips right down inside these gloves or these mittens. I keep calling them gloves, they're mittens. It slips right down inside there, and then you can just sit there with your hands all nice and toasty, and then it's absolutely silent. You can just slip your hands out. These are the first pair I ever bought, and absolutely love them. They are fantastic. So I have another set just like this. I had bought a set for my son too. Then I saw these. They're just pretty much the same thing. These are like new. I don't think they've ever been issued or worn. Same deal. You can tell they're in perfect shape. Same insulation. Everything's the same. And so you can I did the same thing. I put some paracord on there, and then I just have a knot that I can adjust in or out to raise or lower them so that they hang at the side at the right height. That's all you got to do. You don't even know they're around your neck. Again, these have the adjustments. You can snap them together for easy carry, but I don't need to because I just toss them around my neck. Put the hand warmers down in there, and then the hand warmers, of course, they're in there for hours, and the ends of these gloves get nice and warm. And they're so big that you don't have to put your thumb in here. You could put your thumb in here if you want to, if you want to grab something, but it's not like these are real dexterous. You know, you can grab big things and move a branch, or you could hold a rifle or something like that. But you can just keep your hand all balled up, all the fingers together, shove it right down all the way into the end, right in here, not even use the thumb, and just have that hand warmer right inside your fist if you want. It's a real cold day. If it's not that cold, you don't even need the hand warmer. These are great, great. What I do, again, another military surplus item. So I use these are wool fingertip gloves, fingertip-less. So I'll usually wear these, especially if I'm dealing with something that's easier to hold. They're not great for shooting a handgun, but they do work really well for just general use when you're just sitting at a blind. Then if you need to, again, you just slide them right inside here. And then you have the fingertip gloves inside these big mittens with a hand warmer in them. And then you see something coming, you need your hand, you just slide right out. This material is not loud. It's nice and quiet. And then you don't have to worry about these falling because the cord is around your neck. These can stay even laying right in your lap. If you're hunting, say you're just sitting under a tree or something, and it starts snowing real hard or even raining or something, and you wanted to maybe cover up your tool, your rifle or whatever, you can just lay these right over. They'll cover the whole action and and everything, and just shield them from the weather. I don't know. I think that these are fantastic. These are military surplus ECW, extreme cold weather. And I actually have 3 different versions. Hold on, as long as we're talking about this, let me walk over and get the other version out. I bought these. Set these rascals to the side here. I bought these just as another option. I haven't really used them. They're not as big. They don't have a separate liner, but they do have that nice fleece inside there. They're a lot tighter, but you have a little bit more dexterity inside these because there's not quite as much insulation. They're still going to keep you warm. You got like a pretty tough outer shell, and there's lots of room in here for a hand warmer too. Not as much as the other 2 pairs, but the cuff, once again, comes way up your arm, and you can tighten it right down if you want to. But the cuff is not quite big enough to be able to accommodate your coat sleeve. So then if you're going to pull this on, it comes up your arm. Now you got your coat sleeve maybe kind of getting bunched up or interfering. So I haven't used these as much. I think these might be better if you don't necessarily need these inner gloves, these fingertip gloves. If you just want to go bare hands, maybe it's not that cold. Maybe it's 25 or 30 degrees. And you hang these and just use them. Then you could just slip out of those and use your bare hands. That might be a good option for them. One thing is these, do this. I don't really care for that. So probably if I do use these, I'm going to take off this little metal, this guy, and I'll just put paracord in between these 2 loops and hang them around my neck too. In fact, I'm probably going to do that anyway because I don't really care for for that jangling, that noise. These don't have the, is that the date? 12 of 87? These are like new, unissued. But this pair right here, these are my favorites. The other pair, pretty much exactly the same thing, same materials, same make, just different colors. So that woodland is one of my favorite camouflages. So I don't know. This was my first pair, so this is the one that I've used the most, and I'll probably continue to use. I don't know what the H stands for, but there's a lot of adjustment here. If you were super cold and having to walk with these on for quite a while, then you could put these right inside your, put your coat, tuck your sleeve down in there, and cinch those right up. And that would help keep them, any air or snow or anything from getting down in here. And this would go right around your coat sleeve and could grip right on. I honestly can't recommend these highly enough. I love them. And this was a solution to the problem that I had of keeping my hands warm when I'm hunting while still having the availability to do what I need to do, to have dexterity when I needed to use it. Slide these on. These alone keep my hands fairly warm. And you just go right down in here and you got those little hand warmers in there. It's fantastic. I highly recommend checking those out. I did see, I got an Army surplus or a military surplus catalog from Sportsman's Guide, and it's been a few weeks ago. And they had these in there listed at that time. ECW. This is a fantastic setup. I'm really, really curious if anybody else uses this. And if not, if you give it a try, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback. The only thing that I've done is that I've treated this leather with, I think I used mink oil the first time, and I've got a little bit of Obenaufs now. I'm probably going to rub a little Obenaufs in there just to keep the leather nice and supple. I did on these when I first bought them. I can still feel, because I haven't worn them, those are nice. But these have been out in the weather, and so every year I just like to treat them, and then they're good to go. So, hey, thanks for watching, and I would love to hear your comments on the ECW gloves, and if anybody else uses them. And if you don't, man, you should get a try. They are not expensive. They are not expensive, and they are worth every single penny you'll spend. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time.